Happy Metal Monday, Brett.
Yes, sir. Happy December, man. It's officially here, and last month of the year, you can either go out like a winner on top, or you can go out like a loser on the bottom. It's your choice.
Let's go out as winners, man. Let's do everything we can.
What's the plan?
We got two
What's the
full
plan?
weeks and 2 half weeks
Yeah.
to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So before we know, it's going to be 2025 and new
Back
year.
to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0s across the
And
board.
I never used to really care about New Year's, you know, but I do think there's something cool. I hate when people wait for New Year's to try to better themselves, but it also does give you a little moment of reflection and can refine how some of your processes. So I think used correctly, New Year's can be a good thing. But
Yeah, New Year's is fun. I mean, I think it's a good time of year to spend some time with your family and your friends and do all that. I think it's, you know, you have to kind of carve some of that stuff out on occasion. And I feel like, you know, I was talking to a guy in Europe and particularly France, and they're like, yeah, we pretty much take the whole month of August off, like the whole country, like
of August?
of August. And so it's like you can't really, there's no real reason to travel there. We're talking going there and looking at some of their businesses, and he was like, August just isn't a good month because pretty much we take the whole month off. I'm like, the whole month? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like the closest equivalent for us is like New Year's and Christmas kind of lumped in there, where you're not even getting weeks off, but it's like because it jams up, especially like this year where it's like on Wednesday, so it's like smack in the middle of the week.
It's the worst.
It's the worst when it comes to production, work, flow, whatever. But it's good to have them every a few years to where you could maybe get a little more time with your family and friends and doing whatever. So it is what it is. You kind of have to take that, which means if that's the case, you better fucking get after it the next fucking few weeks, because knowing that that's coming, like you're about to be pinned against the wall. So if you got shit you need to get out the door, or you got stuff you need to get done before the end of the year, now's the time.
You're really squeezing a month into like 2.5 weeks. Is really kind of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always tough. Even on like last week, one of my favorite weeks of the whole year, because you get Thanksgiving, you get all the time with the family, and it's not centered around presents, which I really like that. But that week's always, that Monday through Wednesday is so jam-packed.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, dude, I just got to get all my shit
And this
done.
is what, a 5 week? This is technically a 5 week month, right? Because,
oh, yeah, I think you're right.
so we actually you're going to get 3.5 weeks. Like,
okay,
so,
1, 2, 3. Yeah,
so you've got enough time. If you've got enough gumption, you can get some shit done. So price of scrap is, I'll talk to Chad today. We'll do our Bulls versus Bears. We'll have that out in the next couple days. So we'll know where the Ferris is trending. It doesn't feel very positive, but we'll let Chad break that down
like
for
what
us.
Non-Ferris is doing.
Non-Ferris just kind of flat. I mean, what is it, like 414, 413 copper?
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty sideways today.
Pretty sideways.
I think it took a hit Friday probably, right?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Because it was like creeping back up to like the 420 area.
I think Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. And then Friday was kind of flat.
And I think Friday it must have dipped because it didn't dip much today. But,
yeah.
But what aluminum holding strong?
Yeah, about $1.16 or something down at LME. Lead, nickel's just kind of hanging around. So no real like volatility, I would say, on the non-ferrous type metals. Those base metals more.
But leveling out of the prices isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like get into a better price range. Maybe it stays around. We're buying a big load of copper from one of our good customers today, and he asked me what I thought. I was like, dude, I feels like it's headed to 4 for me on the COMEX.
Well, you called it. I mean, I'm the one that bet 430, right? Yeah. So I got a month. We got some time. I got a lot of political. I got a lot of geopolitical fucking events that can really trigger that one before too long. So, yeah, I'm still very optimistic about 2025. I think this is the last kind of lame duck president month we got. So we should, 2025. I think we got the inauguration on like the 20th, and I think that we should hopefully. You know what I'm the most excited about? Like, Trump aside, it is what he is, but like, I'm like kind of genuinely excited on getting some of this deregulation that they've been talking about, cutting some fucking red tape. Just as a business owner, I really, you start to realize how hard it is to do anything, and it doesn't have to be that difficult. So I can only imagine these large companies and some of this large scale things that like Elon Musk. It takes longer to do the paperwork than it does to build and launch the rocket. Like shit like that.
I'm
is
excited
crazy,
to see
right?
what Elon pulls off with his Doge.
So imagine,
project.
imagine like if you could deregulate. I posted a great podcast I listened to this weekend that Tom Neal sent me, and it's the Argentinian president. He's been there for about a year now, and basically like that country was in a real bad way.
Yeah.
And what this guy did is he came in and just started cutting government workers. Government programs. He started basically just cutting all the fat, and all of a sudden that economy just flipped. Like this is probably one of our last chances as a country to see the whole business environment flip in a positive way and really, boom, cycle. If we get that deregulation, whether they can get it done or not, I have no idea. I'm hopeful, but if they do, scrap, commodities, copper, aluminum, all the shit that we operate in daily, steel, that shit's gonna go in a big way.
Yeah.
So why did I vote for Trump? I don't really care. I care about the country. I don't really care about the man. I care about the policy. I care about what's good for our business and our people.
Yeah.
Like that's what I see. And if that's truly what's gonna happen, like I'm super optimistic about 2025.
Yeah, there could be a lot of positive changes in 2025, which is going to be a wild year, I think. It's going to be a lot of wild.
100%. And I think we got a chance, man.
I do too. Well, thank you, everyone. Look for our newsletter later this week. And we'll get Bulls versus Bears out later this week as well. And
everybody has a great, fantastic week and great December.
Thank you.